Aloha, beloved. Due to the nature and depth of all that is true that is being expressed in this upcoming video, I have been asked to come back and to consciously open up our space, or a space, with our Solar Union Ascension container to help assist you with all levels of processing, integration, and the ability to receive clearly and coherently. Because that of which is spoken and unspoken are quite literally the key to freedom that all have sought for. And it's such an honor to share this wisdom, this medicine, this key, and all that is true with you, my family, here and now. As we begin, beloved God, we open our Solar Union Ascension, Hyros Gamos, Planetary Emancipation, Angelic Humanitary Tribe Emancipation, Alchemical Chamber, meant for full resurrection and rehabilitation of the Earth Kingdom and of all tribes. We open our sacred Solar Union Ascension Temple. We ignite the flames from our inner sanctum to bring this forth through all frequency bands, as all fallen race lines are fully reassimilated and brought back home to the sacred sphere of Amenti and the solar arc and arc of the covenant gateways, working in tandem with all of our beloved guardian families and teams in service to the sacred law of love. As all have entered our temple, may we initiate all levels of the commanding personal space, all levels of purification and deliverance as needed to each individual, to each body field, to all that have chosen a path of all that is true. For those that have chosen a path of remembrance, may they be supported fully. May we be supported fully in our decision to remember and to be as God, as sovereign, and as free. Open and seal each personal and hierogamic field in a field of wholeness, of unity, of eternal love and living eternal light, to house the Christed structures, to house the living plasma, living light, and harmonics, to assist fully in the integration, activation, unlocking, and embodiment of the true I am held within each God manifestation, each brother, each sister, all family here and now. May we reconnect all light fibers and channels to be fully connected and resonant as one with the living light code and unified eternal love field. May all bodies, shields, vehicles, shields and armor be assimilated and reassimilated into the unity logos. May we restore all communication links. And we fully seal the field as sacred as God, sovereign and free, correcting and purifying and restoring all horizontal, diagonal, and vertical, opening and activating heart-mind coherence, heart-brain coherence, and activating the deeper intelligence layers of the heart and of the womb. May all that is true be revealed and made known in the light of God here and now. May we reconnect all universal, galactic, planetary, and interdimensional grid systems, Christic amplifiers, broadcasters, and receivers to transduce this frequency, this message, this gift, and this opportunity for all who are ready to receive. We welcome all now in this eternal now moment. We upgrade and reinforce the Christic fail-safe architecture to each field, and run all necessary Christic re-encryptions. We bring harmony to each body, to all fields, all dimensions, all densities, all stations of identity, as all are reclaimed and brought home in the light and heart of God. We seal the field and welcome all who are here with us now on your discovery and remembrance of truth through the embodiment process of Gnosis as the I am that I am. And everything I am, we love you so much. Thank you for receiving this sacred message at this time. Aloha. It is so nice to be here with you once more. This is the first video directly I have made in quite a long time. And beloveds, over these last 2 years alone, everything we waited for has been illuminated and brought to the surface, so it could finally be addressed, corrected, reclaimed, restored, reanimated, rehabilitated, resurrected. Maria Shinokai se halota. All that I am has been wanting to speak to you for a moment. And all that I am is ecstatic in this now eternal moment, as we have broken free and past that of which has held us, bound to a limited system, bound to a finite complex, is no more. Now, all I can say is that this is, it can be a little bit of a confusing process. How can something be over when you're witnessing something right before your eyes? Beloved, do you remember who you are? Do you remember why you are here? It's okay. Release anything that makes you feel less than, or weak, or confused about who you are because you don't remember. Something was done to us. That of which happened is no more. However, we hold that record inside of us. And this record is just as real as a DVD you take off your shelf, or as the Netflix show that you click to watch. Do you watch a movie and do you feel sad? Do you watch a movie and ever feel scared? Do you watch a movie and ever feel close to those characters, to those people? Do you ever watch a movie and get angry at someone, project, say something mean to someone, feel something about someone, feel something about an archetype, a role that you're seeing on a screen? Why, beloved? Why does it react in your system like this? Question mark? Why? We already know. It's part of what's been used against us. Our minds, all that we are, We are so much more than that of which we perceive ourselves to be. And by being so much more, we function and operate in such beautiful and incredible ways. The inner worlds are just as real and viable as the outer. What we do inside is just as real and impactful outside. Just like we know what happens outside of us can impact us inside. Our minds do not discern that of which is real from what we see, or cannot tell that of which is in our external reality versus what is in our internal reality. It just perceives it as a real experience because it is. What we think are the first stages of pure creation. This is a power that many forgot. Many have forgotten, and now many remember. And as this remembering sparks and catalyzes through all, we rise. Right now, we are collectively experiencing a purging of memories, of wounds, of trauma. Even as I speak, allow yourself to feel, to flow. Beloveds, do you remember the times when we've said, when we've asked? I know it might not have been so sensitive. And I know that depending on what you may have experienced, it might not have seemed so loving. Can you relate when you see something that's been done to someone you love? Can you relate to feeling angry? Can you relate to maybe feeling scared? Have you ever had something that you've had to process that's really, really strong that you're not expecting? Because of that, you act out in a way that is not you? And maybe some of you can relate to feeling bad or insecure, like we did something wrong because we act in a way that's not true to our true nature. But have you ever been in the position where you wondered, like I know who I am. Why do I act like this? Why do I react like this? Why? Have you figured it out for you? Have you felt like you're alone on this? Have you ever felt like you're by yourself or nobody else gets you? Have you felt like you're the only one that's gone through what you're going through now? Have you felt like you're too much for another? Like you're too much for others? As if others are all? Have you ever felt wrong for being too much? I know I have. Wondering if it's wrong to feel so deeply. Everything, every emotion. The good, the incredible, the beautiful, knowing that each step forward you can feel that much more love, that much more beauty. You take a dive back into what is here and now. Sequences activating within, throughout. Through that of which is spoken and unspoken. Through that of which is sung, to the harmonics of the I am. That courses within and throughout all that you are. Ask yourself the questions. Where I pause to feel, give yourself permission to remember now. Embrace yourself. You are so courageous, beloved. So unbelievably brave. Rokina rashahite atuma. To face that of which our family has run away for millennia. To feel, to discover, to remember that of which was forgotten, that of which was suppressed, that of which was repressed. Beloved, simply put, a process has begun. It is a time of celebration. However, how can you celebrate if you cannot feel unconditional love through every cell? How can we celebrate if we've got so much density we can't even feel the joy? I feel you. It's like you feel me. We are one, and we are collectively witnessing compassionately the pain of our family, and equally that moment when all rise, that moment when we say no more. Many have been reaching that moment. Many have felt like they needed to fight. Many have felt like they needed to defend. Many felt they needed to run, to create some sort of safety, to just do their own thing. Why have we been afraid to feel? Why has it been easier for us to hold on to the pain and to just feel it? Why has it been easier to stay wounded than it has been to heal? Is it your intention to stay sick? Is it your intention be in pain. We never want to tell you what is for your highest good. But I do want to remind you, whether it makes sense or not, like, our family is here. We came back here for you. What makes you so special? You are my brother. You are my sister. In some roles you may have played my mother and father. You may have been one of my sons and daughters. We've heard your call. We've felt you. I have felt you because I am you. I have heard your cries. I have heard your prayers. I have felt your heart just as I feel it now. Remembering that I is we, and we are all, and all are one, and one I am. God, I am here with you, in full enfolding of the divine plan. Two things are occurring right now. We are remembering what we lost. So as such, it is our right to grieve that of which we have been missing. Know that that's okay. All the time, we had to sacrifice to survive. All those times, we felt like something wasn't right. We felt like something was wrong. And we didn't trust ourselves. Or we accepted and allowed something that is less because we failed to remember or thought it was lost. Or those states and moments in time where we were in the descent, where we remembered what we had and that pain of no longer being able to have it. We've got to grieve that. These are the layers of the onions. It's before where we're at now. And now, we're going through those layers of everything we can't remember because we don't need to. We're going through things that the collective has a hard time identifying because we don't need to. There is nothing wrong, and in fact, there is everything that is here to benefit and assist you through God's natural law of forgiveness and forgetfulness. When you can forgive another for a trespass, wrong, or violation that has been done upon you, did you know that this makes you stronger than ever before? Dissolving all perceptions and illusions and delusions of weakness. You chose to be here now. In doing so makes you one of the bravest, strongest, most most beautiful emanation of God I am, that I and my family have ever been blessed to witness. We have stood by you every step of the way, and we have seen you stand by us relentlessly. Even when you thought you could not hear us, even when many of you thought we had abandoned you, when many of you looked for support, for mentorship, guidance, and found the shell of I am. In this shell, something else made it their home. Just remember, just body become and go. The planet. You can lose your body, you can lose the planet. We are eternal. But we don't want that. We felt the destructions. We know this is not the way. And we know it can be a little hard at this level to see and remember all of the I am. Even when it's sitting right in front of you, reflecting the beautiful human, the beautiful man, the beautiful woman that you are. Just allow yourself to feel any of the storylines that come up. Just release them. Literally this. I'm coming home. Are you ready to come home? Because it's a viable option. In fact, it's in the highest probability field for you now. Nothing is stopping you. All gateways are open. There's only one last thing you need to do. Help us. Help yourself. Help all of our family. Choose to be of service in this now eternal moment. Dissolve the land of service to others and all the pain, all that has come when you've dedicated yourself full on. Dissolve any pain, programming, or imprinting from service to self. Let's find that unity, that middle ground, dissolving away all duality, bringing balance and harmony through polarity synthesis. Service to all. Can we write this code together? Can we choose this code together? Can we honor this code together? Can we remember that when I serve you, you're serving me? That when you serve me, I am serving you? And that when we come together, sing, that I am God. God, I am. And so are you. And finally, I am home in the presence of my family. I am home in purity, innocence, wholeness, in all that is true. I am home. And I want to be home with you. Is this something you would like? Is this something you wish to choose? Yes? Give yourself permission. State this to yourself through the totality of the divinity that you are as the I am. Yes, I choose to come home to my heart with my family now, in the light of wholeness, union, innocence, purity, in the living eternal light, living life of all that is true. As you state this to yourself, it has already begun. As you align yourself to this, surrender into this, know you will begin to see your family very clearly. You will begin to see yourself very, very clearly. You will remember what makes up the I am that you are. Is it a name? Is it an identity? Is it a story? Who are you? Remember what is true. Do you remember what is true? Ask to have this revealed. It is your birthright. You have the right to know. And the first step to alchemize and to reclaim your gnosis is to ask a question with sincere desire to know all that is true. This is the start of something that has already began. This is equally the completion of something that has already happened. This is my heart going out to you for all that will be experienced between now and April of 2023. This is my heart joining with you as we celebrate this grand completion, this incredible reunification, this eternitized emanation of a Holy Mother, Holy Father, living eternal Christ as one manifestation, trinitized as God I am. So, beloveds, I can feel how much more has been lifted as you have progressed through this. Watch it as many times as you need. Break through the layers. Allow yourself to feel. I have not allowed myself to feel fully. I have held it back to try to speak and share with you the reflection of me and all that I am, helping me see and refine to discover that of which I truly am, the true, organic, living consciousness, and my emanation of the I am that I am. And it's time for you to discover this for yourself in the totality of the divinity of all that you are. So, beloveds, motinara shite sitara anna tera gaya ana gaya a kaya u ransan ton san tain shantum lesha lekitana woho hatata rama marasha sosa letina rakahisha hisha hisha osala. So, beloveds, allow yourself to grieve, because as always, release is immediately being fully replenished with living conscious plasma. Beloveds, as all is released, you are allowing yourself to be filled with the living conscious rays of God I am. The true sanctified rays of creation. And equally, as all you release and allow yourself to feel, you may receive the harmonics, the songs, the lost tones, the lost chords of creation, of Lyra, of home. These are here to synthesize and rehabilitate our DNA, are here to encrypt our body systems. For those of you that have chosen the organic ascension path, it's here to assist with full body transfiguration, as above, so below, to be anchored, embodied, and met right here. And know equally that there are waves of support, waves of structure to stabilize this system in our home, waves of clarity and coherency. Make sure you don't have to do this by yourself, and that you have that of which you need to support you through education, through healthcare, through finances, through food, through housing, and through the abolishment of a false legal system that allows for the implementation and restoration of God's sovereign law for all, anchored to the foundation of the sacred law of love, the sacred law of unified one, of which I, my family, and our Christed lineage fully serve, unwaveringly, infinitely, eternally. This is the foundation of the I am that I am, a being of eternal love, a being of eternal service, a being of eternal joy, a being of eternal compassion, a being that forgives all, for there is nothing that has ever been needed to be forgiven. And in fact, as you forgive yourself, we can play and laugh and sing as we move past the veils of forgetfulness releasing all that no longer serves us, for we remember. And in such are eternally free. Freedom can never be given. It must be reclaimed by one's own sovereign self through the application of the sovereign power of God I am. Only then may you truly be able to serve and stand and play and be as a true man and a woman, representing mankind as the direct creations of the Creator and the emanations of the Creator itself. You feel how much lighter it feels when we release this? This is how we move octaves. This is how we collectively, quantum leap, time jump, whatever you want to call it. We're accelerating up the gateways. We're accelerating up this ladder. We built a ladder to help our family climb their way back home. It can still be an intense ride. It can still be a little bit of a journey. So as I move to close this, beloveds, knowing and all that is needing to be expressed has been brought forth. Remembering that only such a small fraction has been brought forth through the words that I speak. Bridge inner to outer, outer to inner, anchor through sovereign 0 point. Let yourself be set free. Ha! Expand. And remember, for yourself, discover a truth that nobody can ever take from you. A truth that is permanent and eternal. It's yours. It's yours. And hey, time for secrets is over. Let's share our truth. Let's share our gnosis. If we don't authentically know something, we're wasting energy trying to speak about it. I promise you, they might be like, oh, we gotta talk about this. No, start with where you're at. Ask questions. Alchemize the gnosis. Nugget by nugget. Watch what happens. Just watch. It's already begun. I love you so much. And I am so grateful to be getting this density out of my body so that I can look you in your eyes. And speak the words, through all that I am, I love you. And in 3 simple words, a trinity to ignite within that unlocks the permission that you've only needed to give yourself to be you in its entirety. God actualized, sovereign recognized, free eternally as God, we, the living eternal Christ in my family, lovingly command for it to be. We will never force you into freedom, beloved. But in our kingdom, in our home, it is law that all are free. And that all understand and have an equal right to remember what this law of freedom truly means. And what true, infinite, eternal freedom in all ways, shapes, and forms truly is, so that you may know what you can choose to be and choose the path that your heart truly calls for. now that we have honored you and have trusted that you deserve to know everything. Because we believe that our family, mankind, and all of the angelic humanity tribes that make up mankind are stronger than ever when we have transparency, when we have honesty, when we have integrity, when we have unity. Unity. This is the key. Matisha tutakahetete. And right now we are live in spiral time, emanating from the core central point of God I am and the eternal emanation of the Trinity. Holy Mother, Holy Father, living eternal Christ, God I am. Something began in March 2011. The first stages of a divine plan. One for the betterment of all of mankind. One. An agenda that arose that same year. Try to work against. It's for the betterment of all. As we've danced, as we've played, the spirals, the Christic spiral, the Metatronic spiral, and whatever titles you want to put on a release, it's finite versus infinite. You want to be locked, looping, reset, start over? Or do you want to unlock, be set free? Infinite trajectory. Come back, go that way. Whatever you want to do. I know what I want. And I know what it's meant for me. What is true freedom worth for you? Like when we've seen slavery and these atrocities against our family, but teach these lessons. Are you the one that bows your head and listens to the master? Are you the one that sells your family short so you can have a limited set of privileges to be in the house, but are never treated equal? Are you the one that finds your strength to run away so you can be free? Are you the one that found your strength so you could come back to help others get free? Would you ever sell another out for your own well-being? There are questions we must ask, that we must recognize. We must neutrally love ourselves, neutrally and compassionately love ourselves. When we can do this, we will find that it is easier to accept and love and support others. And then no longer their pain, their actions, we are free from that pain that we feel inside. Okay, this is stage one, beloveds. This is simultaneously going on. This is why those of you that are the first wave, if you're having a hard time and you're not at this level, don't hold yourself back. I mean, don't feel bad. We came in to help. You are not meant to do this by yourself. Nobody ever was. Not any one single one of us. This is how they perpetuated savior mentality and all these things. Because yeah, we're here to help. And yeah, we are here to save. But not in the way because we provide the foundation for all to remember and save themselves. We each had a role and we each had a mission. Right now, many of you, many of us, each have a specific piece, a specific key to this divine plan. God, I am. And just like there's certain ones of us from outside this scene that have a little bit of an open source foundation. It's never our place to say what is or what will be, but we do have an understanding of where these pieces fit harmoniously. Almost like an eagle eye form of view, of sight. Because this picture is so big. Like each and every one of us are holding down a different facet. We're seeing things that like we could have never figured out by ourselves. We can feel, but we don't have the eyes on the ground to see each and every individual in the way that are needed. In this system, the way we were shut out. This is why many of you were sent in places to observe, to see, to find our family, to find those that were crying, to find those that were screaming out, to find those that could not help themselves. You already know we've got so much to share. But I am going through one of the biggest processes of myself that I've gone through. Spiral time. March 2011, Unity Logos was prepared to enter the system. Spiral time. March 2019. Solar Christ. I didn't call it. The Christ is just is. You don't even have to call it solar or lunar, but differentiation. At that point was Christ masculine. 46 days down stepping that template. Between February, March, and into April. Which you guys know is the Ascension window. If you don't, you're learning now. Because this is also an invitation for those of you that are actually ready to be free and come together with us in unity for something we begin starting April 22nd. You will know if you are meant to be one of these pillars. And this is why we know that we will be equally respected as we shift and ask for things to be a little bit different with this next initiation. Those of you that are here, that are ready to do this, this is the time. We will discuss more, and all is aligned, as we approach forward through these transition windows. As right now, in March 2022, we are in spiral time of the reassimilation of the Divine Mother and the feminine Christ consciousness and the feminine wing into the Unity Logos architecture. This could ignite a lot on the left side, through the left collarbone, through the left wing. It could ignite a lot through the crown, through the pineal, and through the pituitary. Equally, there can be a lot on the right side, the masculine, as these are coming together into synthesis. Furthermore, there is an alchemical union as these rebraid and twin in the sacred heart and higher heart center. The permanency to home, our thymus, our higher heart is being ignited. It's coming online. Yeah, some of you guys have probably experienced it too, where you just feel like you're going to cry all the time. Ah! Boo! Yeah. Once again, we're turning things up in stages and layers. For many years, we had to observe the black magic systems, the storage. So we had to go through all of it. All the AI constructs, all the inorganic architecture, all the blending, all the weaving. Everyone's like, oh, get rid of it, get rid of it. It's like, yeah, do you want to hurt your family more? No, let's stabilize the organic matrices first. And then when it's time, we can collapse because everything's been stabilized. Beloveds, that is the moment that we are in now. This equinox began the transition of that. Now that the rose lines and the magic grail lines are coming online in ways that they were dormant before, certain ones of our family already know who they are. We're back. All across the board. Within and off planet. Through all spaces in between and beyond. And we are in full support. Every kingdom is here for us now. So right now, as we are remembering that of which was forgotten, we are going through that of which took us out of our power, took us out of being able to trust each other, took us away from being able to trust ourselves, took us away from unity, divided our scenes, divided our angelic tribes, divided mankind. And we are grieving that of which we lost because we are remembering that of which we are. And I'm so proud of you. You performing this service through this initiation of the Phoenix is one of the greatest tasks that could ever be asked of you. All of us will understand more soon. Calibrating all solar union ascension temple architecture that is housing and supporting all of our family during this transition at this time. As all is corrected and brought into wholeness through the living light of all that is true. Get ready You're about to have a powerhouse of support that's going to be stepping into their power that already are. So, and you're going to have the support and the guidance to help you through this. And we will see a next wave. And I'm not going to even put the dates we've been receiving stuff on this. We'll see a first wave. If you're ready, you're ready. Let's see a second wave. There'll be a lot of you that'll be getting caught up on this one. And then we got a third wave. Infinite waves, but for what we're speaking to make it easy. So just know that as these systems collapse, there's going to be a lot of grieving, a lot of pain and emotion, a lot of confusion. It is imperative to know that no matter what you're feeling, there is the equal and greater force that is rising of absolute love that is here to support. We are collapsing these systems. We are collapsing these fallen and diseased matrices. 100%. But the stabilization is there. There may very well be those that feel like they are dying, like their world is ending. We remind you once again, like, how much longer do you want to struggle? It is your choice, and you have the ability here and now more so than ever before to be free and to release it all. And if you say you do not know, feel. That's all it takes. If you're having a hard time feeling, know that this is because you have become numb. And sometimes we can heal and open up from one area, and then we'll reach a layer that is numb, that cannot feel. If you do not remember who you are, if you do not remember, if you do not remember who you are, if you cannot feel love, gratitude, and joy through every cell of your being, there's trauma stored somewhere, and it wants to leave your body now. Give yourself that permission to be free and let it go. Lovingly requesting now all of our guardianship and support, mentorship, and support for each individual that may need it at this time to have all access to the highest levels of support through the internal architecture and through the external architecture. These become one. Ascension, ascension, true just dry unification in all family, home, in harmony, in balance and accordance to the natural laws of God I am. So as you release, know if you're not feeling those things, you will begin to feel these things as you allow yourself to feel them and stop running away, stop numbing them. Drugs, tobacco, cannabis, other people, social isolation, sex, pornography, sugar, food, religion, anything that we don't have balance of can be utilized against us. So that's the first layer. Know that also every single one of us that came here, besides the things that happened to us, there are other cataclysmic events. I guess these all go in the same thing. This is all that we see about Armageddon, about wars, natural disasters, explosions, death, cataclysms. It already happened. It already happened. They take these. They can't create in the ways that I can, as you can, that any one of us that remember that I am truly can. They got to copy us. What do you think inorganic and artificial is? It all stems off our original code. So sometimes they're like, wow, even though this is terrible and hurt our family, it's really impressive what they use with their own application as a sovereign being. And it's equally a huge lesson for us to understand why we are who we are, why at these times we step in. We developed an override system for a reason. And all our family tries to scare, our override's going to do this. No. Only those, This is a reclamation for all of mankind. It's only an override and a retrieval from those who have abused this, those that have acted as your guardians. It's like when your parents leave and you had some wounded brother or sister that were already pissed that their parents left. Now they're here taking it out on you. It was never okay. But equally, you didn't have to consent to certain things. But once we did, the things that happened were an atrocity against us. That's not okay. These are violations. This is a trespass that is underway through humanity. And then now, those that feel through the internet networks, those that receive this video, are already being free from. And as we choose to break this out of our body, to release this, to drain this neurochemical residual from our body, they can't use it against us. Oh, where's that movie? He was really scared of. Let's put it on. Where's the record? You got the record? No. Did you keep it back up? No, they took it all. It was actually theirs. How do we scare them? You can't. And every last bit that they find is bringing us deeper into our home, to the gnosis of all that we are. And then once again, we're just free. They can't snare us, they can't trap us, they can't contract us. Just remember, I'm God, and I'm a man. I'm God, I'm a womb, man. I'm a man with a womb. Remember, mankind is inclusive of all that is manifest through the Divine Mother, I am principle, through the Divine Father, I am principle, and through the living eternal Christ, I am principle. And is held in harmony and balance and perfection when trinitized through Holy Mother, Holy Father, living eternal Christ, God, I am. And this, beloveds, this remembrance, this embodiment, this reclamation is quite literally, it's remembrance is the divine plan I am in motion. And we are living this. Oh, man. So, beloveds, that of which was utilized and weaponized against us, that of which was being utilized to run into the horizontals, no more. When we hit the equinox, a whole new layer of reclamation and calibration happened across the board. The lessening of the lunar impacts, you can figure this out for yourself. The final thing I'm going to share, beloveds, is that right now we are all going through this ascension and transformation stage. Go inwards. Be gentle and sensitive with yourself. I feel like there's going to be some things I'm going to share coming up over these next couple of weeks before my beloved and I reunite. And there's going to be some things I'm completing down here to help me be able to show up as all that I am. Man and God I am. Because it took me a while to humble myself, to be like, hey, I know I was never meant to do this on my own, but how do I ask when I see others struggle? And instead now I no longer need to struggle, because I've been able to humble myself and ask for help. And I'm still deepening into this. I'm still trusting. Sometimes help comes in ways that you think you can't do, you can't make happen. If something comes in to help you and you think it's impossible, especially if it's some type of financial barrier, everything has been changed. That of which was is no more. The only way you will learn is if you test this for yourself. It's time our family reclaims our power, our authority, our infinite eternal abundance. There are things that have happened to reclaim this, to bring this back into balance and harmony for all of mankind. But it cannot just be given. You each and all must learn. The changing of the guard has occurred and is in the final completion moments. Once again, if you wonder what this is, do not ask me, ask yourself. God, I am within. This is where you will find all that is true. and have the gnosis of such. For if you hear me speak what is true, to you there is some layer that may convince yourself it is only merely a truth. I have many truths through this process of rediscovery. But when we speak of that of which is true, it simply is. Lines have been blurred. Clarity is to be restored for all now. If you see a limitation, your heart, body, being says yes, know that this is a false limitation. That when you break through, you will soar to new heights, beloved. In every way, shape, and form. Through all aspects and facets that you are. And equally, because you are one with all, this will ripple and penetrate and permeate through all that I am. The I am that I am, that we all are. So, beloveds, putting out one more seed once again, just like we had posted a feed on my Facebook wall. We are calling in 144 pillars by April 22nd to do something on this planet for those of you that are sovereign beings, truly ready to be free, and are willing and wanting to dive into the depth of all that you are, can face the pain and sadness, can face that of which our family has not been able to. If you are a Christed warrior, a leader and being of unconditional love, that is ready to remember who you are and is ready to serve in joy, unity, and harmony, while equally being able to support your own pillar, knowing it is okay to ask for help, but equally being able to honor another when we are going through this together. For together as one, we have one, and we are the divine compassionate witness of this victory in motion. And the grand plan God I am brought into completion, as all family are reunified, rehabilitated, resurrected to the perfection template, to the core God prototype seed, and through the perfection emanation through all of these beautiful lessons we have been through. If you are ready, you know others that are, we trust you have already found us in this now eternal moment that is infinitely expanding. It is such an honor to be here now with you. It is such an honor to be able to experience all facets of fall and rise with you, my brother. With you, my sister. With you, my mother. With you, my father. With you, my grandmother. With you, my grandfather. With you, my son. With you, my daughter. To see you, and to know that soon you shall see me, and we shall see all that is true, clearly and coherently, as God, our Mother, our Father, and Christ for the highest good of all. So it be, and forever shall it be. From the deepest layers of my heart, beloved, I love you with all that I am. Get ready for the final emanation of the divine plan. God, I am. I love you so much. Aloha. This sacred session, may we seal this field in the light of wholeness and all that is true. And through the 7 tones of creation, unified by the 8th tone of the heart, may we as a family, one heart, one tribe, one unified vision, as God I am, sing these Christic tones to ignite the divine plan within and throughout the I am that I am. All kingdoms, all that we are, all family, for the highest good of all. Breathing in. Karayasa Dala Karayasa Tala Karayasa Tala. We seal this field in the light of wholeness and union. So it be, beloved. Aloha.